Hello and welcome to our West Coast Today podcast with me, Sandy Neal.
Me, Kathy Griffiths.
And me, Fiona Scott.
Here is a wee taster of some of the stories from Scotland's West Coast this week, appearing in this Thursday's Lochaber Times and Oban Times, and on our one-stop shop website, www.westcoasttoday.co.uk. We love hearing your stories, so why not drop us an email at editor@obantimes.co.uk or editor@lochabertimes.co.uk or through our socials. Or you can give us a call on 01631 568 000. So it's election week and the candidates are doing a last dash to win your vote before going to the polls on May the 7th. Before then, you can still find the party pitches and the candidates' answers to our tricky questions at our website, westcoasttoday.co.uk. Afterwards, you can join us for the results on Friday on our live newsfeed, also at westcoasttoday.co.uk. In other news, works on the Iona Breakwater project could cost £1.5 million more than budgeted for by Argyll and Bute Council, a report has revealed. And a possible visitor levy for Argyll and Bute could go out to public consultation again. Owen, who is on a well-earned break today, has been focusing on Mull's care crisis. An elderly woman with a terminal illness has been left bedbound and without adequate care, forcing her family to rely on neighbours for lifeline help and assistance. And district nurses in Oban say patient care is being put at risk after discovering parking permits they had relied on for a decade were never officially valid. Next up today is Kathy. Kathy, what's happening in the Oban Times?
Thanks, Sandy. I've been chatting to a Dunbeg family who took their 3 children out of school to learn around the world and are living the backpacking dream. Scott and Chrissy Lee Felgate left Oban last July, quitting the rat race and using funds from selling all their belongings, apart from a Christmas tree and box of decorations and a few other keepsakes, to help pay for their adventure of their lives. So far, they've visited Vietnam, Australia, and are currently in Thailand for another couple of weeks before heading off to Malaysia as their next stop. Also, keeping the travel theme, we've a story about a man who actually died for 8 minutes after being blown up in a gin-making accident and has overcome the odds to embark on an incredible journey on an electric trike with his 4-legged friend as his pillion passenger. Lee Taylor, who's 45, and his dog Taco stopped off in Argyll on his way around the UK coastline, all 5,000 miles of it. He got a warm welcome from folks in Oban and Lochaber, and he's also raising funds on his mission for those who helped save his life. Back to you, Sandy.
Thank you very much, Kathy. Fee, what's going on in Lochaber?
Well, thanks, Sandy. We're also on a fundraising mission. This week we're highlighting why impatience can be a virtue. On May the 24th, the 11-year-old Ines from Ardgour is running 13 miles to score a try at Lochaber Rugby Club and raise funds to bring rugby posts to his community for the first time. The idea came after the rugby-mad youngster attending meetings about securing sports facilities for community use in the field next door to his primary school. Not happy with how long it was taking the grown-ups to take action, he decided to do something about it himself. Dad Neil and Ardgour Primary School head teacher Andrew Kent will be joining Innes on his run, while Mum Kendra and younger brother Struan will be there in support. Crews Lochlinny are going to transport them across the loch so they don't have to swim. Innes has already raised over £3,400, and anything left over after he has purchased his much-longed-for rugby posts will go towards a portable football goal and other sporting equipment. To help Innes achieve his goal, you can go to GoFundMe Innes's 13-mile try. Elsewhere among our pages, Lochaber Pipe Band have been celebrating the 30th anniversary of their reformation, and we have some wonderful photographs of the Scottish 6-day trial opening parade which took place in Fort William last Sunday. You can read all these stories in full and more in this week's Lochaber Times, or why not jump over to www.westcoasttoday.co.uk, where you will find news and features from all our titles here on the West Coast. Back to you, Sandy.
Thank you, Fee. You can read all these stories and lots more at westcoasttoday.co.uk, and this podcast is now available on Apple, Spotify, and anywhere else you usually get your podcasts. Just search for the West Coast Today podcast in the service of your choice. Meanwhile, many thanks for listening, and it's goodbye from me, Sandy Neal.
Goodbye from me, Kathy Griffiths.
And goodbye from me, Fiona Scott.
Bye.